next. I broke two lies. I broke two promises. I lied twice. Now I'm terrified. So, we get into what we have to do now, though. We're going to do what we should have been doing about 20 minutes ago. And that's... show off what happened this week at the Chicago Street Course. So, let's turn it up, because last 2 weeks I made a mistake by not turning up the audio, so we gotta do that here. But, let's start off with the first round. I want to try to get this off the screen first before we get started. There we go. First track here, that ain't gonna help, whatever. John Hanimashek won a round. Then, there was randomly a horn. But after that, of course, that was the incident of level 20 once again. That was a different view of it. And then, Miguel Paludo, driving the 88, won a round as well. This race is on the streets. If you're wondering why the word, it says, well, actually there's only one lane open and the other one isn't. Well, it's because it's a road that usually regular people drive on. So, there's your answer. Spencer Pumperly, there in the number 07, getting to the tie barriers. And that's what ended, round 1 of qualifying there. Got Pumperly again to the wall. Then Dexter Bean spun. He decides he's going to go backwards. And then Sam Mayo comes flying in like a bat out of heaven. I meant butt out of heaven. But, he comes flying in. This is what happened to Dexter Bean. He spun out there in the number 91 core. A guy named Bean racing in the city where there is, in fact, a giant bean. So then he tries to back up. Mayo comes flying in like a bird out of heaven. He hits the tire barriers. That ended round number 2. Then final round of qualifying, Sean Creed had a great run to try to get the pole, and then, well, of course, it's Sean Creed, so he bottles it horrifically. It's just regular at this point for Sean Creed to bottle everything that he does. I mean, he just bottles everything. I'm not saying bottle anymore, but he knows how to bottle some stuff. He does it quite a bit, actually. He does it too much, actually. It's kind of funny this guy's a fan of Sean Creed, who wrecks quite a ton. Yet he hates on Riley Hubbs. I'm not saying Riley Hubbs is a good driver, I'm just saying. Then in cup practice, we go on to that. Austin Cindric, who was usually pretty good at the road courses. He was the first track for the Cup Series at the Chicago Street Course. So there he goes. Not long after that, Ricky Styles Jr. completely forgets where exactly the big corner is at and slams the wall. He just kind of forgets where the corner is. He hits one part of the wall and gets sent right into the other part of the wall. Then also, Justin Haley also had the problems. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I don't really know where Stenhouse was going, but he hit one wall and got sent around to the other. And Justin Haley went around there. But let's get to the next thing. In qualifying, we head off to that. Next, Chase Elliott was trying to follow wherever Shane Van Gisbergen while it was going. And then Chase Elliott kind of just bottles it. He was trying to follow Gisbergen because Gisbergen had a dang pole-winning lap going. And then Elliott, yeah. That's what happened to him. He just kind of bottled. And he still finished third on Sunday, so. The last track in qualifying for the Cup Series, Kevin Harvick just kind of forgets where he's going there, and that's what happened to him. No, there's not much happened in this race. You want to see why, actually. He has an advertisement for this one. So in the Xfinity race on lap 5, Justin Lawrence blew an engine in number 10. And of course they had to throw a caution for this, but he just decided, well, while I'm at it, I'm just going to go and spin the car out because, well, why not? I guess he can. He also got dang packed by Riley Hubbs. We're not going to talk about that. Did I mess that up? I think this guy was just so dang And then we have the last Dracula Xfinity race. I'll find out in a minute why. But Andre Castro in the number 34 for Jesse Awuji Motorsports completely blows the corner and goes forward into the tire barriers there in turn number 1. So that's what happened to him. I really don't know what happened, but a big hit there. Andre Castro making his making his debut, and that was the end of the Xfinity race. You want to know why? Because there was a little thing called a lightning that showed up, which postponed the race for the next day, but they never raced the next day because in Chicago, it looked like a dang tsunami was going through. It was raining like dang crazy, and the race had to be ended at lap 23 because Chicago did not want them to race the next day for whatever reason, and that's what ended that one. And Cole Costa was able to pick up the win on lap 23 of the 55-lap schedule. But let's go to the Cup race. Well, after pretty much the same thing happened in the Xfinity race, there was a ton of standing water, a ton of stuff happened. They were able to get the course out in the rain, and they were able to get the Cup Series race underway. But on lap 1 of the race, Eric Almirola won around in turn number, I don't know which corner. Then Eric Jones just completely blows the corner, gets in a Brad Keselowski, and then Noah Gragson has nowhere to go. This is not the last time you hear Noah Gregson's name, by the way. You're going to hear it quite a bit. It was his both Legacy Motor Club course. By the way, here's another last wreck. Denny Hamlin, who started second, gets into those tire areas, and that's what happened to him now. But, did you say SVJ? Who the one is? Oh, no, but the track isn't for Ladle. I have to delete that one. We'll get back to that one in a minute. Oh, God, I want to be here for a dang week. Give me a second. I'm trying to get stuff figured out. So, the Cup race went on, but early into it, Kyle Busch gets into some water, and there he goes there. Big hit for number 8. Surprisingly, despite this, his core didn't really get damaged. His core got just a little bit damaged and was able to keep going. I investigated the city that made being gay illegal. I have to go dang. I have to go dang watch that in a minute. That seems so stupid. So this will be the second of many times on an advertisement for batteries of all things. But Noah Gragson just completely blew the corner, and this is the second of like 15 times you're going to hear about Noah Gragson. Here in this one, he shuts the back it up, but his core is pretty much doing burnouts in the tire barriers. So then we continue on. Yeah, we're not done. That's Joey Logano getting into the tire barriers, and then Jenson Button in the number 15, former F1 champion, tried to come to pit road. And then Logano, that's not Logano, sorry, Logano's coming afterwards. That's Chris Buescher that gets into Jenson Button and sends Button around in front of pit road. Logano was the one that almost dangled paged Button as he was trying to get turned around. But going back onto the Cup race, we can have a ton more. Chase Elliott blew the corner. I feel like these tire barriers just didn't stop anybody. Everyone that's rammed into the tire barriers so forth still came back for a top 5. Well, except for Gragson and Logano. But speaking of Gragson, he got into the same exact tire barriers that he got in before. It's just the same exact wreck, except he didn't get dang dug as deep into the tire barriers. So nothing much happened there. Continue on in the Cup race. It'll be for another dang week. Alex Bowman got some contact with Denny Hamlin. No, this was not payback from 2 dang years ago. So that was Hamlin getting to the back of Bowman. Actually, there might be another view, yeah. Hamlin just pretty much sent him packing back to the next dang state oval. I don't know why people thought this was actually payback from Martinsville. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. So, yeah, they decided next up, William Byron missed turn number 11, I think. And it caused a parking lot in a parking lot. Sound British. And they just caused a parking lot with about 5 to 6, 7, 8 different cars. They had a parking lot on the street. That's how much we love this sport. Let's get to the next thing that we have here. Monstrix went around off the bumper of Chase Briscoe's core. Oh, and Bubba Wallace also wrecked. He didn't really wreck. He just kind of missed the corner. But Noah Gregson, you thought we were done with him so far? Of course we're not. Because he wrecks again in the same exact corner. If you're wondering how this is possible, I don't know, but he missed the same exact corner again and goes right back into the tire barriers. Except this time, he didn't get stuck underneath them, but he did take a pretty decent hit into those barriers. I don't know what he did. He just kept targeting them. Christopher Bell led for quite a bit, but then after they decided to shorten the race down, the 75 laps, his race just went down to the freaking crap on. There he went. I don't know why they shortened the race down to 75 laps. Oh, the fact that it was supposed to get dark. Yeah, they weren't raking it for anybody. You just people wanted to say whatever you want. So next up, Tyler Reddick, who also had a fast Tyler Reddick also had a fast car before the race shortage. Who also had a car probably faster than Shane Van Gisbergen. No, that's probably not true. I mean, Gisbergen had an car that was going speedy fast. But Reddick also kind of got screwed as well. Austin Dillon, who today I heard the dumbest thing ever. That for some reason they should have Austin Dillon replace Chase Elliott. So you're gonna have a dang. So, I'm just gonna. I'm fine. But speaking of Austin Dillon, before we have to give out this advertisement first. Oh boy, I think we're almost done. We've went past 23 videos. Last week you only had 26. We're gonna beat it. But Austin Dillon bottled. Had speed to probably get around Justin Haley. But yeah, he bottled. Hits the log and sent flying into the tire barriers, and he bottled. I've never seen something as bodily as that bottle. Then, not long after that, into turn one, they won. Done from there. Monstrix just loses all braking, and he loses all talent as well. There goes Kevin Harvick, and then Harrison Burton just says, well, I'm going to join in too, because why not? And he goes flying into the tire barriers. I don't know if it's the show, but Harrison Burton, he decided he was going to be Brian Scott, and decided he just wanted to be a part of the wreck too. Here's what happened to Burton, just completely forgets what he's doing, and he just decides to be a part of the wreck too. Then Martin Truex, yeah, he wrecked about as many times as Greg's in this race. He just loses all talent again, goes into the tire barriers. I've seen more ones or so for in this one. And then we had our final wreck of the race. Praise baby Lord. Bubba Wallace loses all talent. Good Lord. I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm not happy on my butt now. But I like Bubba Wallace. But I already know what the call is. But Bubba Wallace loses all talent that he, by the way, sometimes and maybe sometimes doesn't have. And he gets into Ricky's house, which sent up for overtime with Shane Van Gisbergen, who is, by the way, never, ever made a start in a NASCAR, won the race. Hasn't rained in NASCAR, hasn't rained in a NASCAR. There is, a NASCAR isn't a core, but yeah, it happened. Is that name Logan Paul? Okay. Denny Hamlin is on Threads, which is a new Instagram app, and he just posted, perfect, another platform I can read that I have no championships. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. I think it was on Facebook. I don't use Facebook much, but I had to go see. That's a tornado. Don't know who that is. Nashville was like 2 weeks ago. By me, it was one. It's about to be two. You get the point. Good God. These people set a firework off in their house, and I think that set the whole goddamn house on fire. Kind of what a firework is supposed to do. That is a Swift truck that crashed. No shock was there. What would you expect to happen? So if you're wondering, I deleted a few streams a few months back, and there's no updates. It's the same things as about 2 months back. Same things that happened back in June and May and all that crap. Nothing has changed. I'm still cussing people out. Was it on? It was like the Friday after, and what am I even talking about? 15 minutes ago. Yeah. If Brett Griffin is on Threads, I don't know if I'm joining. I don't think I am. Rotund himself in. I recently got Twitter Blue, and I don't know what to think about it. Is that one time when Clint Boy got so mad that Fox that he threw something across the dang room? Oh boy. I'm not the biggest fan of Clint Boy in the announcing booth, but yeah, he's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. He's interesting. Well, Kyle Busch has more wins this year than anybody. Other than, yeah, him and William Byron tied for wins, aren't they? He's not Australian, by the way. You can't rig a NASCAR race. It's impossible to rig a NASCAR race. If you could rig a NASCAR race, which you can't, you would have to do quite a bit of stuff to do that. You can't rig a NASCAR race. If you can, it'd be ridiculous if for Blood and Guts they would have Chris Jericho for the BCC and Evil Uno for the Elite. I know that's not going to happen. That'd be funny. Yeah, XRX is starting next week. That's probably me. Oh my god, that scared me for no reason. I don't expect. Watch it. That'd be funny, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. So might as well get off the night. I don't know who little Nick Wayne is, but I'm ready to see him wrestle. But probably gonna get off the night. Don't have nothing else to do. I mean, I've already done told 2 last night, so. But this week was only 21 cores for Orca. Oh, 21. Not many. This is Orca, so don't expect that many cores. Unless it was on like a big NASCAR weekend, which you would expect a lot more for a weekend where there is in fact a NASCAR series coming. It's not that many cores. Like Daytona and Talladega have showed up and showed out this season. Like first 3 races, they were getting crowds. These last few races, I don't think they've even showed up. Let's all see though. Let's all see every single Orca entry list after Talladega. Let's go look at the Talladega entry list first before we do anything. Wi-Fi is taking a crap right now, so I'm going to refresh real quick. See what happens. Here we go. So Daytona and Phoenix has a pretty good crowds that show up. Great, pretty big crowd of race course. Talladega had. So Talladega had 34 cores. Not bad whatsoever. This is Orca, where you don't expect that many people to show up. But then we gone to Kansas, which had. So Kansas had 29 cores. Again, not bad. But then we go into Charlotte, which had 28 cores. Okay, this is still not bad. But then we go off to Berlin, which had 17. We go off to the last race at Elk, which had crap. 19. And only 21 this week, so I really can't wait to see what happens with Iowa and Pocono, but we'll see. It's kind of also funny how they don't even have names. By the way, can you just get into the dang Illinois State Fairgrounds race for free? Because there is no dang tickets on that thing. And then again, Salem doesn't either, so I really don't know. Maybe that's going to put them up. Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, that's probably why. It's 200 laps or 111 miles. That makes a lot more dang sense. I'm sorry, I thought my Wi-Fi had stopped again. You never dang heard of a single thing I said. Yep, I'm gonna get off for the night because I don't have nothing else to do. So, see y'all later, I guess. Love you all, and I'll see y'all later.